It's estimated that $84 trillion will be transferred between generations over the next 20 years. A lot of this will end up on a blockchain.
For you to talk about this.
Also, a new clip for $3,000 XRP. I'll watch or listen to it with you and explain what it's about. A new report on Paul Atkins, the Ripple case, investments in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and public funds. This is a bill that is being looked at by the Banking House Committee in Florida. Of course, we'll talk about that along with facts and new information near the end. Let's start with this biggest move of wealth. This is from Chainlink Labs. There will be an $84 trillion transfer of wealth between generations, and the value is moving on chain. Trillions of dollars worth of assets will flow into the wallets of Gen X, Y, and Z investors, and a lot of them will accumulate on chain. Asset managers who are the first to serve this new market will have a leg up on the competition. It shows us the first ETF and how popular it has been over the past few years. When my dad's group retires, money will be given to my kids who are now between the ages of 40 and 25 or 18. These kids are more interested in the cryptocurrency market than the stock market. Yes, I know that sounds backwards to some of you, but I've never really felt linked to the stock market, but I love it. It is great, and making money with it is even better. This really does fit me better. I'm sure you know kids like that too. In addition, we will likely put this money into the cryptocurrency market once it is given to the kids. Even though some people will do other things like buy gold, silver and stocks, you get the idea. A lot of money is coming this way. And if, say, Chainlink, XRP, AVX or something else takes a 10th or 15th of that value, that's trillions of dollars coming in. When you talk about the multiplier effect, I mean that $2 trillion can change the price of something by a huge amount. A lot of people don't seem to understand how important it is. Let me play this. XRP is going to 3,000. I haven't seen this yet. Some of these things are fun for me to watch with you, so I can tell you if they're good or wrong. Okay. Please let me know if you like it when I do this, because I have no idea. I think you guys will like this. Let me play. Will XRP reach $3,000? That's not the question. Suppose 300,000 people all place a market order for XRP at the same time. What will happen? What would happen if, say, 3 billion Chinese people got access to XRP at $3? What would happen if they put in a market order? XRP is like cash. In that case, it's a good like gold, silver, or wheat. There is demand and availability. Everyone always says, wow, the XRP math says, no, let's just say it's a useful form of money and that the price will stop going up when everyone is out. I think that's a long way off since it's only been going up for a week. Yes, I mean there is useful information. I'm not really excited about all the what ifs that come up. Like, what if we never switched to this new payment system and stayed with the old SWIFT system? Then it would be 2100 and we'd still be living in the 1900s. I'm not sure. What if the world ended tomorrow? We can't live in a world where everything could go wrong. All we can do here is use knowledge based on facts and logic to try to make the best choices we can. This is Paul Atkins making a speech. He is going to work toward a strong set of rules for digital goods. This person is now the new head of the SEC. This is a very important time for our business. People, businesses and entrepreneurs from all over the world are eager to spend in the United States now that President Trump is in charge. But the way our financial system is regulated now makes investments less likely and often punishes success. Capital formation is being slowed down by unclear, overly political, confusing and burdensome rules, while American investors are being flooded with information that does the opposite, to help them understand how risky an investment really is. Now is the time to change the SEC's goals and bring back common sense. I can't wait to start working for American buyers and markets. That's great. Wonderful. Simple as that. It doesn't work right. I'm likely to fix it. Okay. We're going to pay attention too. We will make Paul Atkins and this SEC answer for their actions. Okay. We will have to stand up if things start to look wrong, and ask for things to change, right? You wanted things to be different in the 2024 election. You changed. Let's look at that change in 4 years. Some of the things he says about investing in the US I don't think are helping the markets, like the tax stuff. No one really knows because there are so many questions and different people in the White House are saying different things. I'm glad we put the tariffs on hold for 90 days. What's going to happen every day? And right now that volatility doesn't mean that people should invest in the United States. It's the same as people asking what will change every day. Along with the stock market, the cryptocurrency market, and the bond market, I believe that this could pose a threat to the safety of the whole country. When those things start to fall, people lose the retirement savings they've worked hard to build up their whole lives. There will be riots and other problems. It won't be easy. That's what I want to say. Alright, let's go ahead. Look at this. Barbie in crypto says that there is breaking news about Ripple and the SEC. Both sides have put in a move to keep the appeal going. Oh, I don't know that word, it's a lawyer word. Abeyance or something. Due to the parties' decision to settle, this settlement is currently waiting for approval from the Commission. There will be no report. In other words, if you want to read all the language, please do. I also know some other things about this. James K. Phelan said that both sides have put in a request to hold an appeal. If you say this word out loud, I'll remember how to say it next time. Okay. The sides agreed to settle, so the settlement is now waiting for approval from the Commission. Then this is a more detailed picture of the paper. I believe it's always interesting to show you what these things look like. You're not like, thinking about this on the way to work or something. But this is the US Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit. Who beats? Okay. Then this is more of the same. Talked about that. This really did seem pretty good to me. This is how XRP makes global payments almost instantaneous. There's always something good here for people who are learning or who want to brush up on their skills. Always learn new things because you're only as good as what you learned yesterday. Traditional foreign transfers are slow, expensive, and full of middlemen, which is why cross-border payments are hard to do. SWIFT takes days, charges fees, and takes up to 20% of your cash. Oh my God. Could you picture? Most of this stuff isn't 20%, right? 20% is like going through some really cool hallways when you send money from, say, the US to the Philippines. They may charge you more because there aren't many trains going into the Philippines. Of course, you can change that value right away in 3 seconds if you're using XRP or Ripple, which uses XRP. XRP is the same as Scale. XRP is speed, economy, and easy access to money. Ripple made XRP as a bridge currency to cut down on wait times and improve efficiency. There's no need for multiple correspondent banks or foreign accounts that are already loaded, just real-time conversion. This is the reason Ripple was sued. Let's get on the same page if we're not already. Okay. The blockchain company that stands out the most, right? It doesn't make sense that you went after the company that puts compliance above all else. Even in the top 10 there are people who have been to jail before, or people who have thought about going to jail for some of the scams they have done in the crypto market. The problem is that these people are still able to do